A tiny kitten taught me something this week. Well, maybe it didn't teach me, maybe it was showing me something I had already learned. Finally, I normally don't look on social media, but for some reason I had this pull to pick up my phone and I happened to see a post from somebody I don't even know. They found a tiny kitten underneath a trailer outside of their house and they couldn't keep it. And without even thinking about it, I found myself typing and I said, I can help, I can take that kitten. And then I discovered the kitten needed to be bottle fed. They lived about an hour and a half away. And then I thought, oh shoot, I don't actually want another kitten. We just adopted 2 kittens a few months ago. So I wasn't really in a position to bottle feed a kitten. But almost immediately, I could feel an old equation trying to form. I saw the need, I offered the help. Therefore, I am responsible for what happens next because I already said yes. But that's not necessarily true. Care does not create a contract. Seeing something doesn't automatically make it ours. Compassion does not mean we have been assigned responsibility for the entire outcome. Sometimes we're just a bridge along the way, and a bridge doesn't have to become the destination. So I decided, if this kitten needs me, I will care for it. I will not attach myself to the outcome. I will just be this bridge. I can feed it, I can keep it safe, and I can help it get to wherever it needs to go. But I don't have to decide in advance what the ending should be. I don't have to keep it forever because I helped it. And I don't have to withdraw my care just because I'm not in a position to keep it. So I think that's the part that we sometimes miss. Non-attachment is not the same thing as non-participation. We can actually participate fully with open hands, and we can say, yes, I can help with this part, without unconsciously adding, therefore I am now responsible for every part that comes afterward. So I released the outcome. Went to the store, I told my kids about it. I bought kitten formula, I had it in my hand. I literally picked it up, started to walk toward the checkout area, and I got a text, and I looked at it. She'd found someone else to take the kitten. Done. And I laughed because there it was. My willingness had been totally real. My care was real. But apparently, the kitten didn't need to become mine for either of those things to be true. Someone else could carry the next piece. I didn't have to become the solution simply because I was willing to participate in the solution. So this lesson that I learned, it's not really about kittens. Sometimes someone we love is struggling and we notice something that needs attention. Sometimes we're the person with the knowledge, the resources, the time, or the ability to help. And somewhere along the way, many of us learn to translate I can help into I am responsible. Those are not the same sentence, not the same thing. Awareness is not assignment. Participation is not ownership. Sometimes your part may be enormous. Sometimes it may last for years. Sometimes you're the bridge, and sometimes you're the destination. And sometimes your part is simply being willing to participate until another path appears. So maybe the question isn't, how do I make sure this turns out okay? Maybe it is, what is actually mine to do here? And then we do it fully, lovingly, without requiring ourselves to become responsible for the entire road. I'll leave you with this short decree. I release the belief that caring makes me responsible for the outcome. I may notice without becoming assigned. I may help without taking ownership. I may love without carrying. I offer what is genuinely mine to offer, and I allow life to provide through other hands, other paths, and other possibilities. I can be a bridge without becoming the destination. And when my part is complete, I let it be complete. Amen. Sealed in Source love.